Hi there, all you Beatle fans. How you doing? It's Joe here with another song for you. I thought I'd do a John song as it was his birthday this past weekend, so we're going to do I'm Only Sleeping off the Revolver album. Not a difficult song to play, so we'll get right down to it. Okay, the first thing you should know about this song is that it is you have to tune your guitar down to semitone. So everything's going to be down half tone. So instead of playing, instead of an E string, we're going to have an E flat. Instead of an A, we're going to have an A flat, and so on. If you don't have a chromatic tuner, the easiest way to do this is start with the E string. So we have E, we want to make an E flat, so we have to find a reference. If you go to the A string, the 7th fret, that's an E. If you go down to the 6th fret, that's a E flat. And we're going to match this. Okay, so now we're just going to tune our E string down to this tone. Okay, so now we have an E flat on the low E string, and we're going to just tune our guitar up the way we usually would. Okay, just continue all the way up the guitar as you normally would tune a guitar. We'll be right back as soon as we get my guitar tuned up. Alright, well, I've got my guitar tuned down to semitone, and you should have yours as well. If you play an E minor chord, this is what it should sound like. Alright, so that's the first chord of the song is an E minor, and we'll play an upstroke to get that sound like the record. First chord E minor, second chord A minor, and then a G, and then a C. I'd like to put my pinky down here on the 3rd fret of the E string, so playing a high G note there. And if you listen to the record and the anthology, you'll probably hear that. Okay. Then a G again, and then a B7. B7 is first finger here on the 1st fret of the D string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and the pinky on the 2nd fret of the E string. So let's hear what that first line sounds like. When I wake up early in the morning, lift my head, I'm still yawning. Okay, let's move on to the second line. It's pretty much the same thing. Start on an E minor. When I'm in the middle of a dream, A minor. Stay in bed, G, C, G, and then C. Okay, so let's hear what that sounds like.
When I wake up early in the morning, lift my head, I'm still yawning. When I'm in the middle of the dream, stay in bed, float upstream, float upstream.
So after the first verse, of course, going into the chorus, and so after
float upstream,
we're going to go into a G chord,
please don't wake me,
then an A minor,
no, don't shake me,
then a B minor,
leave me where
then an A minor again,
I'm only.
and then you're going to do a C major 7, which sounds like this. Okay, so it's basically a C chord, but lift up the 1st finger and hold down just these two of the C chord and play everything open.
Sleeping.
And you can do a little bass lead into the next part. So that's basically hitting the E string, open, 3rd fret on the E string, and then 2nd fret on the A string, and then 3rd fret on the E string again. Once again. And then go to the E minor chord into the next verse. Okay. Alright, so we'll just try the 2nd verse and 2nd chorus just before we enter the bridge part.
Everybody seems to think I'm lazy. spoil my day. I'm miles away, and after all, I'm only sleeping. Keeping an eye.
Okay, we're going to go into the bridge there. Just wanted to show you the lead-in to the bridge. So first time we just do the same thing. I'm only sleeping, and we go, and then hit the E minor. Second time is a little bit different. Okay, so the first time we end on the G, the second time we end on the open E. So first time, and then E minor, and then, and now open E, and then into the bridge, which starts on a D minor.
Keeping an eye.
Okay, and we'll look at that in the next section. Okay, so the bridge has these chords. We're starting on a D minor. Okay, so you can play regular D minor like that, but if you want to make it sound a little bit fuller, just take the third finger and put it over here, and then put the pinky down on the third fret of the B string. Okay, so D minor, then an E7, it's an E chord with the pinky down on the third fret of the B string, and then an A minor, and now you're going to do a descending bass with the pinky, and then end on the F. Okay, so
Keeping an eye on the world going by my window. Taking my time.
one more time.
Keeping an eye on the world going by my window. Taking my time.
All right. And now when we go back into the verse part, right after the bridge, we don't go back to the E minor. We actually go to an E7. So you can play the E7 like this, but coming back into the verse, I like to play my E7 just like this. So just a first finger on the G string first fret, second finger on the A string second fret.
Lying there and staring at the ceiling.
And then the same thing, G.
Waiting for the sleepy feeling.
Okay, so let's do it from the bridge into the first verse, into the verse part, and then into the solo, and we'll see what that sounds like. Okay, I'm going to take the song from the first bridge and straight through to the end of the song, and just remember that when you're coming out of the bridge and into the verse, you're going to be playing an E7, not an E minor. And also just a note about the strumming. Strumming is just very, very relaxed and laid back, basically up and down. Okay, just like that. Alright, so here we go. We'll give it a try from the bridge to the end of the song. So starting on the D minor.
Keeping an eye on the world going by my window. Taking my time. Lying there and staring at the ceiling. Waiting for the sleepy feeling.
Solo.
Don't spoil my day. I'm miles away, and after all, I'm only sleeping. Keeping an eye on the world going by my window. Taking my time. When I wake up early in the morning, lift my head, I'm still yawning. When I'm in the middle of the tree,
That's it. So, any questions or comments, please feel free. And please remember, happy birthday, John. Oh, there we go. Happy birthday, John. And hope everything's cool with all of you. And we'll see you next time. All right. Peace out. Okay.